won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now
What up? What up? What up? And welcome into Pregaming here on Sports Money. As I try to get involved in more social spaces, I find that I could really use a producer. Bear with me as we get kicked off here. I'm excited about the card tonight. We're going to review last night's results. We'll talk about the agenda for the day. We will get into the chat plays, and I will share mine so we can get up out of here for the live show that starts about 7 p.m. with Sean Fox. Bear with me as I type this in. I'm a looking typer. That's how I roll. I hope everyone's having a good night tonight. A little chilly here. Dip down into the 40s. Spring is not in the air. It's football weather. And pretty much this is my favorite time of year. Love to see the season change. Just love it not being 100 degrees out there. And so that's where we're at. That's what's happening here. I'm just getting this in. I can talk and I can type at the same time. That is official. I'm going to get that out there. And get this out there. And get this out there. Whoops. Get that out there. And good stuff. Welcome in, as I said, to Pregaming here. I see I screwed up the date. Whoops. It is not October 21st. It is October 22nd. My fault. There's too many slides to fix it. So let me do this. Let me do that. There we go. That'll work for now. What's going on, everybody? Big week ahead. This is where we pop off and turn the corner for the weekend. We've got the Pregaming show here. We've got Sean Fox at 7 p.m. He'll give you some live player props, side bets, totals. Then we'll move into Thursday night football. A new panel comes in on Thursday, ready to rock with you guys. Morning steam with Ramon Scott at 9 a.m. Pregaming at 6 p.m. And then the Thursday night football game on Amazon Prime. Friday, for now, give you guys a little rest. We're all going to take some time to rest, recharge, regroup, and cap the card for Saturday because it's an early start in Abu Dhabi. We got 12 UFC fights. We've got college football. We've got the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, and anything else that we can find a shot to put our action on. Don't miss it. Even if you get up, grab a cup of coffee, you're sitting around making a couple flapjacks, and you want to watch some sports predictions. I love UFC. So fast. We got great stats. We're making some changes there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then Sunday pops us into the NFL. NFL Sunday, we kick off with Ramon Scott and then new show alert. So get ready, get set. That brings us into Sunday night live football, Sunday night primetime coverage. Then we roll into Monday night coverage. Now, either I will be north of the border or there is a frozen frenzy on Tuesday. Just saying. So there's a lot happening. And I hope you guys like that because I do. You know, I could be anywhere at any time, as could you guys. And I like to be here, spending my time with you guys, building our community, building our bankrolls, man. That's what it comes down to. And look, we might as well kick off and speak on it. Damn. Monday night, 1:40 a.m., CJ Stroud goes out there and gets himself 1.5 passing yards. Too many, 2 passing yards. And I needed 1.5 under. And I lost that same game parlay. Steph Curry gets 23 points last night. Listen, it was about a 3.5 unit net gain yesterday. It could have been 10 units. So hopefully you see the way we're doing this thing here, right? Because we're not going to be irresponsible. We're not giving out 15-unit whale bops of the month, play of the centuries, blow your bankroll, and if it doesn't cash, we'll just see you later. We can always redeposit. No. We're steady grinders, right? And we'll be transparent. We lost a half a unit the day before, but last night, just a simple 1-unit bet strategy. We're not trying to cheat the system. We're trying to work at it. We're trying to grow. We're trying to bet responsibly. That's one of the 3 pillars of sports money: integrity and transparency, responsible betting, and treating everyone with respect. That's it. It's a 3-pillar system around here. And yeah, we did just that yesterday. So talking about the situation, we lost both college football games. Sucks. I was updating UFC stats for the weekend, getting all the graphics and stuff ready. Yes, I do all the graphics myself. I'm a one-man band. I'm working on this fucking site 18 hours a day, minus the 6 hours I sleep. And then last night, unfortunately, I found a new series, and I was laying in bed for 3 hours waiting for the sun to come up. So low sleep. But that being said, I was sitting there making some graphics. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, what am I watching? Is this Florida International? And if you watch the third quarter, they were down a tutty. They're driving. Field goal. Then they get another field goal. They're down. One score game. Backup quarterback comes in and just fucking nukes the field. Like, I was watching TV and then I happened to be looking at the sports book trying to put in a hockey bet. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. And then I watched a fucking 80-yard touchdown bomb. And that was it. That was as close as Florida International got to them boys. And dude, Western Kentucky. I mean, look, I'm not making excuses. I own it. I'm just telling you, I watch all these games and it was 2020 starting the second half. And I thought to myself, Western Kentucky's just not good enough that they could really get under that 23.5 with the hooker. And it goes into overtime. What was it, 2020? I was like, fuck. And even then they were still down. They still had that 20-pointer, but Western Kentucky ended up winning the game outright with 3.5 points. So we lost both college football games. That sucked. I was boasting about how we've been doing well on the primetime games, but we fired in hockey. Surprise, surprise. The first ones to bring a 65-unit season probably to YouTube. Flat betting, 1-unit bets. No hammer, whale, cock, bops of the day. Just 1 unit. We're grinding. We're building. We're betting responsibly. Capitals, minus 1.5 cashes for us. 4-1 win over the Kraken. The Penguins. Look, I can't say this enough. You're taking the notes from the show. If you see an opportunity in the second period where it's 1-1 and the Penguins are tied, you got to bet them again. The analysis was dialed in. Vancouver's a tired team, non-rested, on the road. Their mid-East Coast trip. Pittsburgh came back, had 2 days of rest after their West Coast trip. They're old, but they're fresh. I live bet that thing 3 times. So there ended up being 4 total units on the game, but they're all 1-unit increments. And I count it as 1 unit because that's what I gave out here on the show. What I do in my personal life is my point to you. Take a look at this and recognize when there's an opportunity to live bet these spots. And that was the case. Also, that was the case with the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Dallas Stars under 6.5. Now, I fucked myself because I came in there and gave out that parlay. I came back and I was like, I take Washington and Dallas parlay. That sounds good. Yeah. Hey. No, that was not good. That was probably the best. It's probably the best Simpsons sheriff voice. I've never tried it before, but it sounded right, didn't it? Didn't it kind of sound right a little bit? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And that was it for the NHL. So a good day in the NHL. At least the reads were right. It's still early in the season, but we'll start opening up wide with some player props and things as we get, more data. This is really the second or third big day of NHL in the season. So anyhow, then we move into the NBA. Are we going to have a killer NBA season? It's a rhetorical question. I already know the answer. We came out and fired. Under first half, 110.5. 108 was the total. Yes, it was sweaty, Live bets, I was taking as high as 126.5 on the under in the first half. 126.5. It ended way under. It was that first quarter. And those teams weren't going to go out there and nuke. Now, Sangan. No, it took triple overtime. Let me preface that. Wasn't it triple overtime? Or was it just double? I don't remember. But Sangan got his double-double. So he cashed a plus 140. It took 82 overtimes, but it was a plus 140 in a cash. Doesn't matter what it looks like. It's all sitting in the old bankroll. Now, we move into the NBA. Last game of the night. The entire planet was giving out the under in that Golden State game. I told you, out of sheer fucking principle, I'm taking the over, and if I lose it, I'll own it. Well, I won it. Wasn't pretty, but it was 228. We covered it by 1.5. So they give it the 1.5 and they take it the 1.5. It's just the way gambling works out there. So 226.5. It closed at 227.5. You still beat the line either way. Gave out Austin Reeves over 5.5 assists at plus 105. He had 9. Probably should have laddered it. I got a ladder spot I like tonight. And then this is where I said Steph Curry just MF'd me. Luka just goes out there. By the way, I did give you the king of the court last night. I told you Luka's the king of the court last night. He's the guy to play, and he fucking fired. Crushed it. What do you have? 100 points, rebounds, and assists. So he cashed his 47.5. The Steph Curry over 25.5 points. Fucker got 20, 25, or 23. Then I had a 25 plus. And he got 23. Doesn't matter how I played it. He still only got 23. And he had 18 going into the fourth quarter. So it was like, really, dude? He just, I don't know. I guess they were just beating him up so good that it really didn't matter. It wasn't like they were blowing him out at any given point. But anyhow, Steph Curry over 4.5 rebounds. Parlayed with Golden State, did not cash either. So, those were 244s and 255s. That's 5 units right there. We made 3.5 units. And if Steph Curry had gotten really 2 more points and a rebound, we were fucking cashing another 5 units. So that is the importance of responsible betting. Giving it out, playing it flat. Now, everybody can do how they want, and that's fine. But look, we're up a fucking 1,052 units in baseball this season. We did it 1 unit at a time. Do I gotta go Johnny Cash? We did it 1 unit at a time, and it didn't burn our bankrolls. I'm going to maybe have to record that one because that's the way we do it around here. And if you're new to the show, that's exactly what you need to know is here. We take some shots. We take some swings. Sometimes we miss. We're always there to regroup and attack. So it's got to be the bookie's worst nightmare. It's like these fucking guys just don't go away. They just keep firing. And firing we will. So trend of the day, I put it out there on Twitter. I hope you guys enjoy some of this content out there. Trying to grow the Twitter space. And the Twitter comments of the day were the Mammoth. How about that? It's 4-0 since they released the new mascot. I thought that was impressive. I don't know the relevance behind it, but I'm good for a fucking stupid trend. Why not? Why buck the system out there? What a spot. The Mammoth. Colorado goes up 1-0. They were plus 130 dogs. Colorado ties it. Mammoth go up 2-1. Colorado ties it. Mammoth go up 3-2. Imagine watching all these games and still 24 hours later remembering them all. Don't play Pictionary with me, but hey, that's the way it goes from yesterday. Nothing we can do about it, but just enjoy the fact that we were up. Get disgusted by the fact that we could have been really up. But you guys know the deal. I believe in casting a wider net. Volume with responsibility. And that's the difference between us and them. So we be dominating, and I can't wait for it, man. The NBA's here. I'm fired up for the card tonight. I've got, let's see, hockey-wise, 2 games, 2 plays. College football-wise, we're going to run it back. I'm not scared. We'll go with the 2 games that are out there and see if we can find a way to get and attack those spots. And then the NBA, 3 games, 3 parlays. I know. I guess we'll unpack it together and see what it looks like. So thank you guys all for joining us here at Pregaming and Sports Money. This is that point of the show. If you haven't done so already, we all have some responsibility to cultivate this community. You guys have done a terrific job showing up on the daily, bringing your best bets and winners in the chat. I love them. There were a lot of us last night that ended up being involved on that Sangoon double-double. And look, sharpest damn chat in the business. I've said it before. They want to do polls so they can look at you guys and say, hey, let's see what the public's on. We do polls and are making it damn clear, explicitly known, that you go in and you look at those polls before you make your bets. Because if you're thinking about going on the other side, buyer beware. Our polls, our community in those polls have been hitting about 70% over the last year and some change. So I did look at the date. It is October 23rd. I thought it was the 21st. It's October 23rd. So that'll be we'll be going into year number 3 on October 23rd. I thought for some reason it was the 21st, but I looked late last night. Like I said, couldn't sleep last night. Weird. If I drink 4 Red Bulls and vodkas, I got my slur on. It's Martian mode. If I drink 82 beers, I just can't fall asleep. I don't know what the deal is there, but anyhow, those are MPs. Those are not YPs, but it is your obligation. I'll say it. Everyone says, please hit the like button. Damn it. Our goal is to unite, one team, one dream. And let's bring in some sharp cappers. The way we do that is by you guys smashing that thumbs up button, letting them know. And then what happens is they tell like-minded folks, just like us, the guys just like you and me, that are out there looking at other sports betting shows, looking for best bets and picks. Hey, there's a crew over there doing it, and they're live at 6 p.m., and all you have to do is hit that thumbs up button. It costs you nothing. It only takes you a second. If you haven't done it yet, close out the comments, hit the thumbs up, pop the comments open, and then we'll get to work. Let's go. I'm fired up. Get those plays in the chat. It's time. It's my favorite time. I told you guys this already. I feel like we're cracking codes here, man. I really do. I think we're onto something. And I'm really excited for this season. I really am. I'm excited to give out some first strike plays tonight. I did put a play out there, by the way. Already, I've given one UFC play for the weekend. And I think you got to get it now because it was even money and it's already minus 105. So you got to scroll back and look for my Abu Dhabi free play alert that was posted today. And while you're there, give that one a thumbs up for me. Let's keep this thing rolling together. Get your best bets in the chat. Told you, my favorite part of the show, seeing what you guys are on. My plays are in. I want to see what you guys are on. I want to see where we align and where we consent or disagree. And as we made it clear today, it's okay to disagree. We don't all have to be on the same sides. I don't know where that perception came from. I would rather you tell me you're on the other side than just pivot to some other play that you don't really care about. Well, I'd like to hear it. Let's go. Over the course of the season, we're all sharp cappers. It's all going to work its way out. But this guy's been firing 2-0 here the last 2 days with his best bets. He's going Sabres and Wings, and he's going to the first period over 1.5 from Joe T in the house. Jover's here, and he's taking an over. He was 2-0 this week with his first period overs. Easy cashers for Jover. Markel, hit the thumbs down. Fuck you, Markel. Shout out to AOD in the house. Joe W's here. Jay Peasy. Still feels like summer. Dude, that's California. Man, it's cold. I got pants on. I got a shirt under the shirt. Man, it's cold. Bo Jackson says, let's go Raptors. Nicholas Handy's checking in. Peter Gracia is ready to roll. Yes, fall. Colder. NHL is right, my dude. The Futon Bets says Michael Porter over 20-plus points. Peyton Pritchard over 3.5 3-pointers made. What's up, buddy? What's up, Futon Bets? Hope you're doing well, my dude. Bo Jackson says, let's go, Cavs. Let's go, Bulls. August. Hey, I asked you guys yesterday. You guys want some? Now, I did make a Korean basketball play, but it was like fucking 4 a.m. and I didn't want you guys to think I was a complete degenerate. So it started at 6. It did cash. But yeah, man, 3-0 in tennis to start the day out today. So not bad. Not a little bad spot. And it was men's tennis, which was the craziest part about it. Dude, it was just a line movement thing. It wasn't just a line movement, but court surface and line movement. Robert McCormick. Thank you, August. I appreciate that, dude. Shout out to Bobby Max here. Bo Jackson says, let's go Cavs. How about them Thunder? Told y'all they would cash. Yeah, I took a live bet on the Thunder too. Live bet. Now that was sweaty. But at halftime, I gave it out. I gave it out on the win club. AOD says Detroit basketball is back. Brian Smith's got Spider over 27.5 points. I'm all right, Spider. I thought you said I was all right, Spider. No, I'm all right, Spider. Bo Jackson says Cleveland Cavaliers head coach Kenny Atkinson enters tonight's game with a record of 4-0 against the Atlantic Division. Bo knows. Let's go, Bo. Detroit Pistons head coach J.B. Bickerstaff enters tonight going with a 1-4 against the Central Division on Wednesdays. Woo, 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 woo. And the Toronto Raptors enters tonight's game with a road record. I'm sorry, I was reading it as I was thinking about what that last one said. That's what happened there. That's where that brain block was. My bad. AOD says JB goes 2 for 4 tonight. J Main. What up, J Main? Let's go, you guys. Let's get after it. Trevor Davis says he likes the Bulls game to go under. Okay. AOD was integrity. I'm right, my guy. And smacking the books. Fuck yeah, dude. You know why they do 10-unit plays and 15-unit plays? It's because they can't win the 1-unit plays. They can't do it consistently enough to build. And you'll see some of those bigger sites charging boku dollars, and it's like, oh, here's our 10% fucking max. Why'd you stop at 10%? Why wasn't it 20%? Why don't you patrol bankroll on it? It's crazy industry, boys. Stop geoengineering. Jay Main says Raps coach 3-1 straight up in Atlanta. The loss was by 1 point, all on the Raps. What up, David Wallace? Checking in with us. Bo Jackson says, I think the Raps cover, but they can upset as well. I agree, Bo Jackson. Matter of fact, I added a parlay. I'll tell you guys about it. I'm going to add it to the card tonight. Bo Jackson, I have a couple bets with the Raptors money line. If the Raptors win tonight, I make $1K. Wow. MLSE is also having an event for season ticket holders tonight at Real Sports, starting at 7. I'll be there. Free food and drinks. Nice, dude. My local bookie does twice a year a customer appreciation event. Free booze, free food, great food too. They're Italian, so they do it right, man. They got all kinds of fucking stuff. All the stuff I like. Plus cigars to boot. And it's a good time. It's a good time. Shout out to AOD. Says, I love this show. Vitalis says, give me that NHL Gigamax Mortal Lock. Excuse me. Nuke Worker, if you want a single bet tonight, take Delaware -9 and forget about it. Says Nuki. What's up, Nuke? Love Nuke. Fernando Mendoza says, let's get this money, Mikey. That sounds good to me. AOD's at the bar. Old-fashioned Woodford Reserve. I went to the liquor store today. I stocked up. Bo Jackson says, good call on the Pens. Pimp hopped on them at 1-1. And yeah, man. And they went batshit crazy. Dude, they only went batshit crazy like that right afterwards, wasn't it? Nancy Nate says, wait, so do you live bet? I'm so confused. Only when I'm not on a live betting show. And the Great says LaMelo Ball over 22.5 points. Bo Jackson, the under 6.5 still cashed in the start. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Live betting opportunity there. It was like 3-1. I believe it was under 6.5 at like plus 140 or something like that. So, maybe your strategy is, so I know some guys do it like their unit size for live betting changes from their unit size pre-betting, right? Like a $300 pregame better might shift to $100 live betting. And I don't disagree with that. I mean, everyone's betting style has got to be a little, it's their own. But the thing about that is you probably have to make more live bets, right? If you're watching a game, like MMA Jeff and I were talking about this the other day. At what point do you look at a game and be like, all right, we bet the under, and we don't want to give out both sides. We're not trying to do this bullshit fucking arbitrage stuff, right? Make a couple dollars and make it look like we won a bunch of money. But realistically, we barely broke even because we put money on both books, right? So anyhow, the Question is, all right, if we took the under 49 in a football game, 49 and a half, right? At what point do we look at these games and start taking the overs? And it goes down to 36 and a half. It's like, all right, I guess I'll take it here because I got a 2 touchdown window. And then maybe it goes to 37 and a half or 38 and a half. So, you might click it 2 or 3 times and it might end up equaling a unit. So, at the end of the day, I kind of learned that's how I kind of started live betting, because my local at one point wouldn't let me put more than 1 unit down net net in live betting. So whatever I bet pre-flop was the cap I had for live betting. So I had to go in. It was fucked up. It was weird. The same guy that cut me off on betting fucking Asian lines in the World Cup. But anyhow, I still let him take a beating every so often. Let's go. Jay Main says New York, Cleveland, 16-3 to the under last 18 games. Though that game is riddled with injuries. Steph, I'm never betting him again, says Jay Main. If I do, it'll be under. New Quicker, I'm yawning. Who you got tonight? I got you, brother. Let's go. Warn people about Curry points yesterday, says Fernando Mendoza. Sancho's here. Peter Gracia. Know when to hold him and know when to fold him. Stay steady. And the great says Jalen Brunson over 25.5 points. Robert McCormick says smash the Champions League today. Ready to keep it going. Fernando says a lot of dogs won today in the UCL. Peter Gracia says, wow, congrats, Mikey Money. It just went out. Thanks, dude. Jose Sierra says, Mikey Money. Good to see all you guys, man. Nuke says, smash the like right now. Nicholas Handy says, Voos, 18 plus points. Let's go, you guys. Nicholas Handy says, Sabres Moneyline. Pachico de Gallo. Caps are not to be fucked with, says Pachico de Gallo. J Main says, Embiid on minutes restriction. Hunter out. Let's go. And the great Pelado Baccaro over 23.5 points. Jordy Fuentes is here. Says, I got the Dallas Mavs money line. Jerry Davis says, I need a bounce back. Mikey, CFB got me last night in the NBA NHL was 50-50. That damn 4th and 10 lot tech. Yeah, dude. I know. Oldie. Shout out to Oldie. J Main says, boost over 28.5 points. Rebounds bid over 4 of 5 head-to-head. I love you guys bringing the goods, man. Let's go. Skunt Blaster. Scumbag play of the day is here. Scumbag play of the day is here. It is the Nets money line. It's plus 175. I rather like that too, Scum Blaster. Shout out to you, my friend. Jay Main's on Zion, under 5.5 assists. He's never had 6 versus the Grizzlies. DJ Hardy's got the Flames team total under. I think that's a sharp look as well. DJ Scumbag. Shout out to Nasty Nate's got the Celtics. Oh, it's in. Oh, it's in. Oh, it's in. There it is, the Celtics second quarter. Celtics trifecta. Pritchard over 3s. I'm not sure what the number is. I see everything but the Celtics are going to smash, Nasty Nate. Can you bless us with the Celtics are going to smash to kick this season off? Peter Gracia says, Woodford Reserve, great stuff. Robert McCormick's at the Wild Devils under 6. And Jay Main says, I meant versus Jaren Jackson. All good. All good. Let's go. Let's fire through this thing. We got plenty of time, but we got to make sure we get rolling so we can bring our guy on for the kickoff of his betting throwdown here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. There it is. There it is. It would not be. Dude, Celtics are going to smash a month ago. I love it. We're here. We're ready to go for the NBA, Nasty Nate. Shout out to you, my guy. Let's go. Get this game done tonight, you guys. We're going to pop this first game off, and we're going to look at this Detroit and Buffalo Sabres game. We do not look at, let's just say we do not, but big cash flow splits, guy. We were kind of innovative when it came to that stuff. A lot of people were arguing, we don't know where the data comes from. And I explained to them what SOX compliance meant. Publicly traded companies like FanDuel and DraftKings cannot create deceptive buying habits. They have to report to the SEC and follow SOX compliance. It's fact. It's regulated. You're a publicly traded company. You can't be falsifying the information. So to say we don't know where data comes from is fucking stupid. Doesn't it get off my line, guys? My lawn, guys. So we're early adopters. But when it comes to hockey, we're trends and angles, guys. And nobody does it better than we do. So Red Wings and Sabres will pop off with John Gibson and Colton Ellis. I got to be honest. I had to look around. I said, who the hell is Colton Ellis? Well, can only go to Lyon so many times is what that came down to. So he's going to get his first career start tonight. and this is the zigzag, the yin yang theory. Was a Blues draft pick. Spent all last year developing in the AHL. I think that's the key for this. This is kind of why I'm comfortable with this, despite the fact that we've got this scrub on one side. We got Johnny Gibson on the other side, 2-1 with a 2.98 goals against average on the season. He got shelled early. Gave up way too many goals on way too few shots. I think these numbers this is some deceptive practice right here. He had a 61% save percentage in the first game of the season, John Gibson. So I think I'm okay with it. After that, so you look at the numbers on the surface. Joe Schmo looks at it and says, oh, these goalies stink. This guy's a rookie, and this other guy's 87.3%. Well, look, Schleppe, 61.5% save percentage, game number 1. Since then, Gibson's gone 47 of 50 saves. That's a 94% save percentage. Exhibit A. Exhibit B, the same reason that the Sabres have decided to leave Devin Levi in the AHL all year is why I like Colton Ellis. Because he spent the whole time in the AHL last year. And when he was there, he fucked shit up. 92.2% save percentage, 22-14 with a 2.63 goals against average. So, Red Wings are red hot. Do you want to get in the middle of a 5-game winning streak? No. I'm okay. No, I okay. But I do think we have an opportunity. And, they should go out there and fire the Red Wings. They're not really truly in a dog spot, so I don't want to get, I don't know. Numbers come down. You do have to respect that the numbers come down from plus 105 to minus 105, but so is the total. 6.5s have come down to 6. And so we're in a situation, the mighty all situation, where we can get the under 6 at even money. I'm comfortable with that. I think you got to read between the lines in this one. 87% of the bets, 92% of the cash are on the over, and it still came down to 6. Because I think that the public thinks over, and I'll zag when they are zigging. Let's go on to this next game here. The Montreal Canadiens, the Calgary Flames will pop off the evening card. Only 3 games in the NHL today. Frozen Frenzy next week. All teams will be in play on Tuesday. It starts at 6 p.m. Maybe we go live. Canadians are firing. They got Jacob Doobies. I got to figure out how they pronounce this fucking schleppo's name. And then they got Dustin Wolf on the other side. I mean, look, Montreal's on fire. And this kid's 3-0 with a 1.63 goals against average. I don't need to get too cute with it. I'm just not getting in the way of a fucking hot team versus shit team. Period. And I believe because it's the travel spot with the Canadians, that they're just kind of discounting and dismissing it. And that's why the number opened up the way it did. To me, minus 130 or I think it was even 132. Not buying it. These guys can't score. And I say that now and watch. Their last 5 games, they've combined for 5 goals, 6 goals, 7 goals, excuse me. 7 goals in 5 games. Hey, watch this. Hey, Sean, what's up? Hey, it's all good. Maybe you're not familiar. I do a show at 6 p.m. I'll call you back. See. Oh, that really just happened. Anyhow, Canadians are 4-1 in their last 5 games, and that be the case. So I'm going to take the Canadians here in this game. I think this is an opportunity for us to. Normally, I don't answer those calls, but I like messing with Sean. I like giving him a little razzing. Road favorites off a home stand. So early in the season, especially, this is a 178 and 111. 178 and 111 spot. Road favorites off a home stand. So realistically, you look at these 2 squads here, and you got a hot team that's going on the road. Not the first time of the season, but yeah, they just had a 4-game homestand and they went 3-1. So I think you got to ride the hot hand. I don't care if it's minus 110. It's like we talked about with Vegas the other night. We got to roll with it. So what do you guys think about the NHL? What do you guys think about the NHL here? Let's see what you guys have to say. I kind of went really fast through some of these games here. There's the Celtics smash. There's Pritchard at 4. Jay Main says, way too nasty, Nate. Boston rocks. Clint Eastwood quote. LOL. Peter Gracia says Detroit over under 6.5 on DraftKings. Jay Main Booker under 12.5 rebounds and assists. Boston Browns upgraded to probable tonight versus Phillies. Jerry Davis played no goal in the first 10 in the Panthers game. And they were on power play 20 seconds into the game and scared immediately. Jaylen Brown, 20 points, rebounds, and assists over 24.5. Pritchard over 2.5 threes, parlay. Nicholas Handy loves the NHL. And Big O likes the Wild Devils over. All right. Jerry Davis says Devils minus 130 is a little sneaky. Think maybe Wild Life. Okay. We're going to give college football a heave-ho. And we'll move quickly through these as well. We got, try to be done here in about 10, 15 minutes and get everybody moving on their way. Send me on my way. Send me on my way. Send me on my way. All right. Middle Tennessee and Delaware. Delaware, man, shit got real for Delaware. That Western Kentucky game, they got bopped. This line's coming down a little bit. Late movement alert. 10.5s have dropped to 8.5s. 68% of the bets and 87% of the cash are on the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. It's coming down. But Middle Tennessee's just bad, though, aren't they? 53.5 is the total. It's moved to 55.5. We got 48% of the bets and 68% of the cash. Now, if you're new here, try to look at these numbers and look at the bets as percentage of bets as kind of public betting. You know, parlay tickets, prop tickets, teaser tickets, $2 tickets, $5 tickets. It's everything. It's the whole soup. Then we look at the percentage of cash and we try to look at those as more of a sharp bettors, right? Not necessarily sharp bettors, but bigger bettors. Kind of associate the bigger bettors with the sharp bettors. And that's what's been working for us forever and a day. So we do have a pretty good discrepancy on this over. And I got to be honest with you guys, I would never lie to you. Integrity is paramount in what we do here. 55.5 is the number. I'm going to take this over. I think this is a lose-lose spot for Middle Tennessee. Well, frankly, I think it's a lose-lose spot for both teams. Either Middle Tennessee comes out there and they fire, or they get run off the tracks. And either way, if they start getting run off the tracks early by Delaware, then they're put in a situation where they got to pick up pace. And I think you're going to see a lot. I think you're going to see almost a record number of possessions by these two teams in this game. Ultimately, for me, trying to evaluate this one, Delaware, we talked about it. They've got like 20. What was the number? 17 of 22 starters are returning from the previous season. And they brought in, now he played for the Bearcats, but he still had some FBS experience for the quarterback position. So check the box. I think they can move the ball. I think they can move the ball through the air against a Middle Tennessee team that ranks bottom third of college football in pass defense. So you can move the ball through the air. That's how points get up there. And I think on the other side of things, where Middle Tennessee, if they do have any opportunity, they're just not really efficient when it comes to third and fourth downs. So you're moving the chains. And so even if Middle 10 does go down and score a touchdown, Delaware can just come go bang, bang, bang right back at him. Because there's just too much depth and experience out there, and they've been scoring points. Now, as of late, they've kind of fallen themselves into a little rut, but I think they can get themselves in a bounce-back position. When I say rut, they lost 27-24 to Western Kentucky. We just saw the Western Kentucky pretty much do the same thing yesterday. They put up 25 points in a 28-25 loss to Jacksonville State. So they played the shitbag schools, and they dominated. And then they played the good schools in the conference. I think Western Kentucky qualified for bowl eligibility after yesterday's game. I think that's the case. So there you go. When they're winning, they're scoring 35 to 45 points. And when they're losing, they're still putting up 25 points. So I think there's no problem here. I really like Delaware's team total over. I'm not against that either. But we'll leave that at that one. We'll keep her moving. We got about 10 more minutes before we get our guy rolling. And there's a lot of work to do. So let's go. Pick up this pace a little bit. Missouri State, New Mexico State moving into this one. Them spicy little chili peppers. I told you, I've been New Mexico State Aggies guy. Missouri State Bears do come into this thing off a bye, so they are fresh. Fresh as a daisy. We like daisies. Plus 2.5 on the Aggies. This line ping-ponged. Early in the day, the Aggies became the favorite. As we've gotten closer to kickoff, 9 p.m. is the kickoff, so we're not quite there yet. It's moved back to plus 2.5. 71% of the bets, the public, are betting New Mexico State, the home dog. 64% of the cash taking the team coming off the bye in Missouri State. The lines come down and it's correlated. 88% of the bets are on the under and 81% of the cash. It's gone from 53.5 to 51.5. When we see these tight numbers, between like the 1 and 3 points type of thing, right? Pick'ems and 3 points. We try to look at the money line. Do we get a story being told from the money line? And at minus 130 is where it opened. It's at minus 115 is the best number you can get right now for Missouri State. 46% of the bets, but 75% of the cash have said, screw the points. Just give me what they perceive to be the better team. And that's a tough statement to make because both teams coming into this thing at 3-3. I think what you got to look at is this. And he can play, and that's fine. But it's like we talked about on the live show the other day with Mike Evans. Mike Evans was never a factor in that game. And I don't mean it like he wasn't a guy that could go out there and catch balls. We know he's a phenomenal player, but he was a hurt dude. And so when people might say, and I said this on the show, and maybe I caught some grief for it, but look, I stand by it. You can come back and say, well, we can't cap figuring Mike Evans is going to get hurt. Yeah, you can. The guy was fucking hurt coming into the game. It was like 3 hours before the game before they finally decided, okay, we're going to try him out in practice and see if he can go. So yeah, you can cap that. And my point about that is this. Missouri State, Jacob Clark, last game, leg injury. Questionable play this week. If he doesn't play, it's true freshman time. If he does play and he gets hurt, it's true freshman time. You're going to bet money on Missouri State as a road dog. Now, add to that, New Mexico State at home is fucking dominant. 2-0 at home this year as a straight-up dog against the spread. 3-0 overall. 7-2 as home dogs, 4 straight seasons now. Give them the home field advantage. I don't care if the other team's coming in off a bye. I'll cap it that way. I'll leave it at that. Now, look, the Bears do put up a ton of points. They're 29.7 points a game. Relatively speaking, a ton of points. And a ton of yards, almost 400. But the difference is, what if? And on the other side, you're not facing a true freshman. You're facing a healthy Logan Fife, senior, averaging 260 yards through the air with a 7-3 touchdown to interception ratio. If this game does get dicey and it gets close, I think it's close for a reason. And I'll take the home team with the points against a team that's got too many what-ifs on their lineup. Line me up. I got a +1. I'm okay with even. I'm okay with +1. I'm okay with +2. That's how we're going to finish off college football. Let's roll to some basketball. Let's put some parlays up here. Let's get the parlay game. The Cleveland game is the first game I've got on the docket. Actually, that's not true, I don't think. Let me look. Yeah, it is. 61% of the bets, 61% of the cash are on Cleveland. They've gone from +4 to -1.5. I believe, well, let me finish with the total. 229 really hasn't moved. 77% of the bets, 77% of the cash are on the over. I believe the issue, if I'm not mistaken, is Karl Anthony Towns. And I do not see him on the injured list today, so I'm assuming, better not assume. I don't care. And I just told you a minute ago, the injury shit's baked in. So let me look. I remember 2 years ago, these guys would be like, I can't make the plays until I see the injury report. Dude, by then it's too late. Not saying that these players don't matter, but they're overvalued, and you know the books know before everybody else. Yep, Karl Anthony Towns will play. Barring unforeseen circumstances 1 hour ago from Underdog NBA. So, all right, that's kind of what I thought. To me, this one comes down to a couple things. And I want to go with the experience. It's much like I look at when it's early in the season, so we don't have a ton to go by. That's why I didn't really go wide in the NBA tonight. I got some props for some fun like we talked about last night. I think Cleveland wins the game. And the reason I like Cleveland is because you're looking at that situation where we talk about with college football. I'll take the experience over the new systems. The Knicks manned up. They're going to be a better team this year than they were before. But you got a new coach running new offense. You got a new coach running new defense. Cleveland, yeah, they moved a bunch of parts out. But net, it's like I talked about with Vegas the other night when it was like, oh, Vegas has got Stones injured, and I forgot who the guy was for Carolina that's injured. It's a wash to me then. Just give me the better team. And so Cleveland and Mitchell over 3.5 threes is a plus 314 number. You can get the Mitchell spot at even money or not even money. I think it's like plus 124 for Mitchell's over 3.5 threes. But if you slap Cleveland in there with him, look at that. You're over 3-1 return on your bang. And then I took Maxey. The Sixers Maxey over 2.5 threes is what that should say. And then I've got Josh Hart over 6.5 rebounds for a little plus 161 action. It's early in the season. Now, these pokos will tell you, we got to wait. We're excited about the NBA, but then the NBA comes here and they want to wait. I believe that we need some data, but we can still have some fun. And we tried last night and we were 2 points shy of picking up another 5 units. I'm good with trying a shot with this one as well. 3 and a little over 3 and 3 and a sixth of a unit. And then another over 1.5 units on that spot. So that's how I want to play the parlay game today. And we'll roll on because I'm going to take the Cleveland Cavaliers. Much in the same regard of what I just told you guys. The Knicks got busted up last year against the Cavs. Now, long term, can they split this series against this team throughout the season? Probably. Oh, there's revenge and they're mad. Dude, I just said the Knicks almost turned over 2/3 of their fucking team. So, and then all the depth in Cleveland's gone. Strauss, Garland, Hunter. I'll just take the fact that both teams are wobbled. Give me what I perceive to be the better team coming into this game with Cleveland. We'll roll on to this next game. This next game are the Clippers and the Jazz. Oh, Hart's out? Oh, well. No. Well. Jerry Davis. Nasty Nate says with Pavia. All right, listen, I got a couple plays here. Let me share a couple of these and then we'll get this thing going. I got to call Sean back before he does his show. I got 2 separate plays here. I got the Sixers first half plus 2.5, and I've got Embiid to get a double-double. The rumor is Embiid's on a minutes restriction. I don't care. And I like Maxey. This line, I think, was originally put together properly, and then it just got kind of banged around a little bit with some of these injury status reports. Doesn't mean that I think the Sixers are going to win the game. I just think that we went from essentially a pick 'em at halftime to you're giving me 2.5 points now. So 1 basket game for the Sixers and the Celtics. Do the Celtics pull away in the second half and bust them up? I think so, probably. 56% of the bets, 47% of the cash are on the Sixers. It's worthless because of the injuries. 222.5 moved to 229.5. That's a 7-point move with 81% of the bets and 85% of the cash. I think Embiid's capable of cashing this double-double for us, and I like this Sixers first half 2.5. I'll just move that one there. I'll move this one here and tell you guys the worst team in the NBA this year will probably be the Utah Jazz. I did bet on the Utah Jazz last couple of games ago in the preseason because they had lost like every other game. And I was like, dude, this other team's coming off a romp against, I think it was Golden State. I can't remember who it was exactly, but I just was like, this just is a Utah spot. And the Clippers, good team, lots of things moving for them, consistency, lots of returning factors, just things you want to bet on when it comes to this squad. And I'm just basically betting against this Utah Jazz team. -8's moved to 9.5. 55% of the bets and 58% of the cash are on the Clippers. So the bigger money's coming in there. They correlate with me. This total's going under. I like favorites and unders. 85% of the bets and 82% of the cash are going to the over. It's come down 2 points. And I just think the Jazz get busted up in this game. I mean, this is going to be, you're standing on the tracks and the train's coming through. There's no need to really spend this to me. Do I think that they can win by 12 points, double digit spot? Yeah, I do think I think Clippers could probably win this thing by 18 points. Jazz won that last game of the preseason. It was against Portland. And the Clippers rolled on. They lost to Denver, but they busted up Sacramento. And then they beat up Golden State is an outright dog in their barn to finish off the preseason. I think this Clippers team's rolling early, and dark horse here, maybe not dark horse, but a team to win the NBA championship this year. Dare I say that? An early prediction? Last game I got for you guys, and then we will put the bow on this show, is getting into the Kings and the Suns game. And I see somebody says they can't find. Well, if he's out, you're not going to find him. But I make these plays earlier, so, it is what it is. Worst case scenario, I'll still get, if the first part cashes, I think I'll still pick up a unit on it. So it happens. They'll just push that guy. If the guy doesn't start, they'll push that piece of the parlay. And then I'm going to go to the under. Sharp Respected betting report came through today. First time for the NBA this season, and they like it. I like it. I agree with what they're saying about this game here. To me, this is an under spot. The Kings and the Suns. We saw the Suns put up a bunch of dominating performances last year. Lots of overs, but 228.5. It has moved to 229.5. And you do have correlated movement with 85% of the bets and 86% of the cash. Still waiting on some injury confirmation with these two teams. But, Booker probably goes out there and does his double-double routine. I'm not sure who I would give you guys overall in the game for a king of the court tonight, but I just defense. This just screams defense. I believe that this year the Suns are going to be a more defensive-oriented team. Lots of changes in the offseason for these guys. Finished off the season on a 230 against the Nets. They struggled to get to 100. And the flip side, the Kings, they kind of play to their competition. I think this is just a slow, drain the clock out type of game, and we see the Suns come out there and cash this under. I'm going to agree with the Sharp Respected betting report. And that'll be how we put the old bow on the show, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it tonight. I had fun doing it. I got fired up. I see all you guys coming in here. I see Twitter views coming galore. I hope everybody that's checking us out on IG and through the Winnable app enjoy the content. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. If you want the absolute best bets, my premium selections, you can go support me for low cost. It's less than $1 a day to join me at work. Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.